Hello, this is Jeff from Studio 41 Gaming, and as you can see, we are a minute 20 away from the Call of Duty World War II worldwide reveal, and I am really interested to see what they do here. We know World War II games are some of my favorite games. I freaking love Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 3 I really like. I really love World at War. So we're going to see what they got going on here in under a minute now. So the big countdown, see what they got going on. I really hope it's some, we know they're going to do a big battle on Normandy. So I have seen some people who are already butthurt by that, which is stupid. So I really hope HD Normandy is awesome, because it's already D-Day, so you basically already have won by default. And, well, I mean this in terms of Sledgehammer, they're already doing a D-Day level, which is, it's going to be cool. But I hope they can really push it to the next level with obviously the next gen consoles, and, well, I guess I should say current gen consoles, and PC and whatnot. So I hope they can really make it awesome. So we're 10 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Oh, and now they start another countdown. Alright. Turn it down a little bit here. So, I'm still heard at least decently well. And that better... this is going to go on for an hour? It's a Call of Duty reveal. Even if it is World War II, I mean, come on, it's still Call of Duty. Oh, we can do HD. I better be able to do HD with my internet. Alright. Another 10-second countdown. I'm probably, if this ends up being like an hour long, I'm not going to watch the entire thing. But here we go. Peggy 18. Oh boy. Actual in-game footage, dude. Oh, there's D-Day. Active. Oh, there's your caveat right there. We shall prevail. Get your head down and keep moving.
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot. We must not fail. Duty first.
Oh, dude, you got blown the fuck up. Your biggest enemy in this game, a church bell.
How many casualties? We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here. How many? We had orders.
What the fuck was that?
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about. No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Is this a movie or a game?
Welcome to the bloody first. You're a long way from Texas, my boy.
That was okay. What the hell was the two soldiers fighting each other? That was stupid. Oh, I need to scroll up a little bit.
And we're just getting started. We're streaming to you live from the middle of London, but today is all about you.
Oh God. Oh God.
Is the game that you've been waiting to see, and believe me when I say it's the game that we've been waiting to show you.
Oh,
Call
sure.
of Duty has the most passionate fans anywhere. Throughout this live stream, we're going to be answering the questions
No, it does not.
from all over the world over the last few days. When we greenlit this game 3 years ago now, we knew it was time for us to go back to our roots, back to the gritty, authentic, visceral military.
3 years ago would have been 2014.
This game delivers all that, and it
That would have
also starts
been
to capture
Advanced
intense
Warfare.
bonds of brotherhood. that came from common everyday people. Who
Advanced
rose above
Warfare technically wouldn't have even been out yet.
and horrible conflict in human history.
You're so full of shit.
And with Sledgehammer Games at the helm, we knew we had the right team to deliver the cinematic scale and the relentless attention to detail that this conflict deserves and demands. Their passion and creativity has been inspiring to me from day one. Call of Duty World War II does more than just go back to boots on the ground. It also delivers a gripping, immersive story and a darker, reverent tone, which captures both the epic scale and the human struggle of this incredible conflict. Like so many people all over the world,
I mean, like how
many of
Call of
us,
Duty 2
myself
already did.
included, have a personal connection to this conflict through family members who fought in this war. This story belongs to the entire world. This game truly recaptures that first Call of Duty value that no one fights alone. Call of Duty World War II also features a multiplayer game that brings back the intense, visceral, boots-on-the-ground gameplay our fans love, along with some great new innovations that push the game forward. And if you can't wait until November to play it, well, good news. You don't have to. I'm excited to announce right here, right now, that later this year, we'll be hosting a private multiplayer beta.
Yeah, you have to pre-order
This
the
is
game.
just
We
the
already
beginning
know.
of a journey that we'll be taking with you all year. You're going to be hearing more from us more often with more information than ever as we reveal all the details we've got in store for you with Call of Duty World War II. And that starts right now. We've got a great lineup here today, ready to answer the questions that you've sent to us. In a few minutes, I'll be bringing up Michael and Glenn from the studio, as well as a few members of our cast. As you'll see, the team at Sledgehammer has poured their heart and soul into this game. No battle was too big.
Well,
no
that
game
explains the
was
shittiness
too
of
small.
Advanced Warfare.
From the painstaking historical research to visiting each and
Seriously,
every one of the
when they
game's
greenlit
real-life
this game 3
locations,
years ago, Advanced
sweating
Warfare wasn't
on
even
the visual
out yet.
details that get the era just right. The goal was to create the most immersive World War II universe ever. We wanted our long-standing fans to experience World War II like never before, and to introduce this historic conflict to a whole new generation of players along the way. So let's get right to it. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at the creative process at the studio, and a deeper look at what's coming in store with Call of Duty World War II.
That's such a stupid name. I don't know why they named it World War II. That's such a stupid name.
The Second World War goes beyond all boundaries in every category. We see more nations
Scroll down a
involved
little bit.
in a single conflict. We'll see casualties higher than ever before. Just a generation before, at the end of the First World War, the Great War, they didn't call it World War I because they expected that nothing like this would ever happen again. And a generation later, something happens that's even bigger and even worse in so many ways.
We have the honor of making this year's Call of Duty called World War II.
Our chance to tell the epic, gritty, visceral story of the world's greatest conflict.
There is a genuine interest in producing a product that is historically authentic.
Every part of this game has been researched and nuanced and studied and scanned and photographed. We really tried to get the respect
Oh boy.
details right at the game.
Why does it happen where, like, it seems like every studio that sends people out to try and get those details right, they end up fucking up everything else? I mean, just look at Ghost Recon Wildlands.
It was crucial for us, and it was something we really committed to.
Our story weaves in and out of real historical events.
So your game is authentic, okay, how does it
Aims
play?
to create those authentic battles. One of the biggest things we wanted to get across was a sense of camaraderie.
The people you serve side by side with, you develop bonds with those people.
Hopefully players will walk away from this story feeling like they really know these guys
Welcome to the Bloody First.
and they care about them.
Art influences the game in a huge way. The lighting and the tonality and the colors. We want to be able to have the player feel something.
By creating a very believable environment, it allows the player to slip into this world.
The vision for the art direction we call dark and beautiful. It was emotionally dark, visually beautiful. More than just being cool and pretty, it's about trying to get people to have a deeper emotional reaction to the game.
Oh boy, they're gonna try and make it edgy.
It is amazing. The weapons, vehicles, the tanks, even the cars you might see on the city street. The level of detail is just phenomenal.
It's a huge endeavor, but we have to stay true to the source material. We have to research and watch a lot of film, a lot of archive footage to see how combatants in World War II would behave. Sometimes the hardest things are the biggest payoffs. The combination of the model, the animation, and the audio creates that punchiness to the weapon.
We record everything. Every location we record in for the game The ambiences, the music, the dialogue, everything has to be created from scratch. We had a real opportunity here to do a level of authenticity and reality true to the war, true to the soldiers who fought in that war. We had this great opportunity with Marty Morgan, our military advisor. We spent a lot of time on a gun range with all of the authentic World War II weaponry.
It's critical to understand the absolute violence of the Second World War. It's critical to understand how...
Here's the only problem.
Function.
Call of Duty 2 did all that already.
Bigger than all of us. This is a whole new generation who might not have a lot of experience with this time period. I think this is a great opportunity to have them experience that and feel that.
We've made something pretty incredible, and I'm very proud of it.
It's perhaps the greatest compliment I've been paid in my career to work on this project.
This is the most powerful game I've ever worked on. It's very personal, it's very humbling.
You know, I've been making games for over 26 years. And I'll tell you, it's the best game we ever made.
Oh, of course you did. All of them are going to say that.
And that is how you do a global reveal, because that's what it was, the global reveal of the new
Who the hell is this guy?
To World War II. I'm OJ Borgia at the BFI in London, the IMAX screen, the biggest screen in the United Kingdom, which seems a fitting place to have a game of such cinematic scope. Now, watching that trailer for the
Who the
first
hell
time,
are you?
like you, I was so hyped watching it, and I would be hyped if it was any Call of Duty game, but the fact that Call of Duty is going back to its roots, I mean, I need to just calm down just slightly, because I'm overhyped right now. But between the trailer and the video that we just saw,
who the hell is this guy?
To know more about this game, and as I'm sure you are. That's why you've tuned into this live stream. So who do we talk to? Well, we talk to the people who made the game. That is Glenn and Michael from Sledgehammer Games. We're here right now. How excited are you guys right now?
Dude, after 2.5 years of sitting quiet, this is an incredible moment, so thanks.
It is just an exciting moment. Now, my heart's still racing.
Holy shit, this guy is so cringy.
It was a great trailer. My heart's still racing.
I would be hyped for any Call of Duty game. Okay.
That documentary, which was dark and emotional. Do you know, it felt like what I would guess it would be like to be in World War II. Can you tell us a bit more then about the detail and the research that went into making this new Call of Duty?
Yeah, you know, getting World War II right is incredibly important to us. Many of us have family members that have been touched by the war, and paying attention to every detail is our way of honoring them. We spent 2.5 years researching, studying, taking thousands of photos, watching documentaries, and meeting with World War II.
Playing Call of Duty 2, playing World at War, really good games, are much better than the last game you guys just made.
Even the tiniest details.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we've gone to great lengths to follow in the footsteps of the soldiers of World War II. You know, in addition to Normandy, we literally traveled the routes of the 1st Infantry Division and other Allied units, from the English Channel to the hedgerows of northern France, through Luxembourg and Belgium and past the old city of Aachen, frankly, all the way to the Rhine. And it was great. We dug deep into the historical battle locations where many of the soldiers fought and sacrificed.
You talk about history, you talk about the accuracy. Am I right in thinking you had a historian working on this? In fact, we saw him, didn't we? In that mini-doc.
Yeah, we certainly did. Marty Morgan, amazing. He's renowned World War II historian and author. He's been a huge part of the team. He's worked with us for the last 2 years, and he's frankly devoted his life to capturing the stories of soldiers on the front line. And so with him as a cornerstone of our research and a tremendous sort of asset to the team, he's really helped us capture the essence of war for fans.
Now, we only learned about this a couple of days ago. You'll have been sitting on this, I think Glenn said, for 2.5 years. Since the reveal, how are you feeling right now? What have those days been like?
Oh my goodness, it has been really amazing. Unbelievable, frankly.
We've been sitting on this since Advanced Warfare.
The reaction's been really positive and warming, and really to all the hardworking developers at Sledgehammer Games back home and to everybody at Activision, it's really been great. And for Glenn and I, it's really humbling to have, you know, the opportunity to tell this incredible story of heroism, to honor the men and women who've sacrificed to bring around victory, and what really is history's greatest conflict.
And you know, the team back in Foster City is watching the stream right now, and a shout out to all of you, and thanks for your hard work.
I'm guessing it has been 2.5 years.
You're going to make us a lot of money
really hard work.
because of its name, and that's it.
More questions that are coming in from you. You can get in touch with us on our social channels. If they say that no man fights alone, no man presents alone either, because alongside me is a YouTuber. I call him the Crown Prince of Zombies. That is Mr. Dalek JD, who I know is super hyped right now.
That is correct.
Dude, are you hyped? I'm hyped.
I mean, that introduction was beautiful, and I'm just so happy to be here. And He's exactly right. Since Friday,
I have no idea who this
taking in your
is.
questions about the game via Twitter, and the response has just been phenomenal. And there is still time to get your questions in if you haven't already. All you'll need to do is make sure that you tweet at Call of Duty, making sure you use that hashtag COD World War II. Now, we already have some tweets to kick off the show. We have at Cal's Tweetings, who says, "I'm so excited. I can't believe it. COD is going back to its roots."
Oh my god, it's almost like exactly what these guys are saying.
To its roots, but this is all about gameplay as well. How does it, going back to its root, translate to gameplay?
Yeah, Call of Duty World War II returns to that grounded, fast action gameplay that the franchise was built on. And for us, the core Call of Duty
We see some
experience,
actual
like the conflict of
gameplay.
World War II, really puts an emphasis now on rewarding gun
That's
skills
all
and strategy.
freaking
And
looks
with an
like a
all-new boots on the
cinematic
ground
trailer,
experience
honestly.
that
I mean,
immerses
it was done in
players the
engine,
intense
but
combat of World War II like never before. We're bringing some great new innovations too. You know, things.
it just
that
looks
were
like in-engine
designed to
cutscenes.
elevate the player experience. Things we want to touch about, but we're going to save for a little bit later in the show.
We are indeed saving it for a little bit later on. Make sure you stay tuned to this live stream. There's lots of things coming up. But Doug,
God
how do you
damn it.
feel about
I'm extremely excited.
God
about the
damn it,
fact
I
that
do
it's
not
been
want to see
almost
more of
20
the,
years
that
since
guy.
Call of Duty has been in the World War II era, and I mean, that in itself is just extremely exciting. And judging by you guys over on Twitter, it seems I'm not the only one.
No
Loads of
shit,
fans are expressing
Jesus
their excitement
Christ. Can you
around
point out the
fact
obvious just a
of
little
us
more?
being able to experience World War II era weaponry.
Oh my
Fans
god.
like 412,
What kind of
This is
questions
saying-
are these? Go play Call of Duty 2. It's probably going to be the exact same ones.
Well, the team worked to bring
Garand,
a variety
MP40,
of
MP44, Thompson,
Allied and Axis
Springfield
forces
Sniper
back.
Rifle, KR98K,
Authenticity was
Lee
key.
Enfield if you're
So
playing for
from
the
iconic
British,
ping,
Moisen
the
Nagant
MG
if you're playing for the
Garand, to
frickin'
power
Soviet
versus assault
Union.
Rifle, the STG-44. These guns have a real
Oh, look at that.
really visceral. And it really, for me, brings me back to my fondest memories of playing Call of Duty with the
So now
fidelity now and the
30, it's a
brilliance of what's
30-06
possible in the
actually,
latest
but
generation of gameplay.
okay. For all that research, you think you would put .306 on there, but okay.
The belt-fed MG42, which you'll see.
It's like we
terrifyingly
have.
powerful weapon.
Yeah.
There's the bolt action rifles of World War II and the singular damage that they could inflict in combat, like the M1903. And equipped with
Springfield.
scopes or iron sights, these weapons were frankly pretty precise. And of
That's the
course,
Springfield.
Glenn here with his 45 caliber grease gun, running around in spray and pray mode.
Oh, that's actually a somewhat new one. I can't remember if that was in World at
Scratches
War.
the surface, frankly.
the king of spray and pray, eh? So Glenn, what did you enjoy most then about making a World War II game with the current hardware?
Yeah, good question. You know, I really love the detail we can bring to the game nowadays. The way the soldiers walked and talked, the music of the era, the different locations we researched.
Oh my god. That's seriously going to be what every tweet is, isn't it?
In
I'm so
Normandy
hyped. It's going back to its
specifically,
roots.
the emotions created by combining elements like the sound of the 50 caliber rounds hitting the front of the boat, the vehicles crashing into the shore, and taking cover behind the hedgehogs. In each case, we're targeting the most realistic gaming experience possible.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? That realistic experience. That
The hedgehogs,
sound
you meant
that
the
goes on
anti-tank
as well. Darling, what else the community wants
obstacles.
to know?
Well, Borg, we have a tweet in from It's
Oh, for the love of God, seriously.
What locations are we going to be fighting in?
Okay, that's actually
Well,
one.
the
Okay, that's
game
okay.
takes,
That's a decent one.
Entirely in the European theater, primarily between 1944 and 1945. As we
Okay,
saw
so
in the
that
review
rules
trailer,
out
players
Africa.
will storm the beaches of Normandy on D-Day,
Obviously.
fight through the Hurtgen Forest, engage in urban combat through France and Belgium, and ultimately push towards Germany.
Yeah, that's right. And we want to showcase how ordinary men and women came together to accomplish the extraordinary. And while the story follows the 1st Infantry Division, we also fold in a
And
story.
they said it's
of
going to take place
first
between
World
44
War
and
past
45,
the
so that's basically
Major
D-Day to
Crowley
the end of the war.
from the SOE. Now he's a UK intel officer who earns recognition for his heroism earlier in the war. He helps plan the Normandy landings and then coordinates with the French resistance activities.
Yeah, and while fighting through the German lines in France, players will be introduced to other great characters such as Rousseau, the powerful female leader of the French resistance who forms a close bond with all our cast members.
Oh boy.
Cast of characters as the story progresses. Throughout
Hopefully it's actually a real person, not a made-up one. Please be a real person. Please be a real person.
We're seeing some of his first real action in the invasion of Normandy. He's joined by his best friend Zussman, a Jewish-American private. You'll follow our squad across the European theater, and we're excited to say that a part of the cast is here today to talk more about the incredible journey.
They are indeed. We'll bring them up on stage in a second. Glenn, Michael, don't go anywhere because we will be talking to you later on with some more questions from the community. Keep them coming in. But please do give a warm welcome to Jonathan Tuck, who plays Red's best friend, Private Zussman. If we swap everyone out, let's swap everyone out here as we do this bit. And Jeffrey Pierce, who plays Lieutenant Turner. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And it's great to have the cast in as well, because one of the great things
that Josh
about Call of
Duhamel?
Duty has been that. It's been the
couldn't
great
read that.
storytelling that goes on. And we've got the 3 J's here right now. Josh, I know you've had a huge amount of passion from this game since day one, being part of this project. What most excited you?
Well, when I first heard about it, I sat with Brett and with Glenn, and they wouldn't even tell me what the game was at first.
Is it Josh Duhamel?
And then,
Yeah.
they just told, it was really about what the history of this was about and how much detail they wanted to pay to it. And as I really got to, learn more about it and actually start working on the game, not only did they pay attention historically, but the writing was so incredibly good.
Badass.
It
Oh my
rivals
god.
anything that I've ever read, as far as movie scripts. So, it's just something that I've always wanted to do, and it turned out to be as much fun as any job I've ever had.
And as Eric said earlier on, a lot
These tweets are adding nothing.
Emotionally, and that was something you brought into your performance, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, again, who knew? I thought it was just going to be a good time playing, getting to work on a video game, and it turns out that these, some of the scene work we got to do in this game was amazing, and these characters are so well rounded.
So well rounded, dude.
Pay a lot of attention
Oh
to,
boy.
being historically accurate and making sure these characters had a lot of depth.
And if we're talking about characters, tell me about your character, the guy you play.
Well, I don't know, boys. What was he? He's a bit of a dick. He's somebody who is obviously mission before man, and
Yeah?
it was
It's a war?
That was fun for me because I
You gotta complete the mission?
guy who everybody hates, and ultimately he has the dilemma about is it mission before man, or is it really man before mission? Because he connects to these guys by the end of this story, and that's really what drew me to it.
Well, if we're talking about that connection, what was it like then, Jeffrey, when you were working together, that brotherhood feeling, when you were capturing your performances?
Well, we've been working together for a year and a half at this point. Once a month, coming in, work 4 or 5 days. And I think we all bonded extraordinarily well. I mean, you don't
Aren't
mesh
we lucky?
people necessarily, but we walked into the room and felt like I'd known these guys for 10 years. And the work that we're being asked to do is of a scope of a massive feature film. And the storytelling sort of where games are at now, what you can capture, the detail and performance. Story is as important as gameplay. And gameplay has always been seamless in Call of Duty.
Oh no, Call of Duty. When you start pushing your story, bad things happen.
And once you get past the tight suit and the little reflector ping pong balls
you
and the
make that
helmet
work.
and the camera,
You really
and once you
make that
get past that, it feels like you're doing theater. I swear.
Yeah.
Because there's no coverage, there's no
Yeah,
close-up, so
yeah.
everybody is active the entire time in the motion capture or the PCAP sessions that we're doing, and it's an extraordinarily active, dynamic process where everybody is working the entire time. It's an exciting process to be a part of as an actor. The performances are so much more visceral, and it's so much more of an exciting process to be part of.
And you're relying on everybody else to help you get where you need to get. It's a great experience.
Well, because that's something you said to me earlier. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but we met in the gym this morning. We bumped into each other. We were doing our mirror work, tons and tons. And you said it was like being on stage, and it lent a whole new dimension to your performances. Because I think when you're doing TV or film, you can be off, can't you?
Oh yeah, I mean Josh and
These are 10 out of 10 tweets right now.
Josh has done quite a few. We're used to just sitting back on our Apple boxes in between takes, letting other people get their shots, but for the first time, we really had to work.
I wonder how many of these people tweeting are like just 15 who are saying, "Oh my God, I missed World War II," or "He didn't play Call of Duty 2."
Yeah, off to my trailer. Call me.
Aaron, you already showed that one.
That's about it. I swear to God, that's not
18 months with these guys. I've gotten to see both their kids grow up. They've gotten to see my dog get bigger. We've seen other cast members, lose girlfriends, get girlfriends. So that camaraderie was very reflective of this group of regular people who are diverse in religion, from in age,
Oh, no.
geography.
Oh, no.
Getting to see that group of people in World War II is, I think, a wholly unique part of this game that I think people will appreciate when they're playing.
When you scratch the surface, you find out that these guys, they're not fighting for bigger ideas than the love of the brothers around them and risking their lives, sacrificing themselves for each other. It's not about flag or country when the rubber meets the road.
Wait,
it's
what?
About caring for each other, and that serves the bigger whole. But the connection between
If you're in the war, you're fighting for your country. Isn't that kind of what it's called? Fighting for your country?
What's also really cool about this is that,
I mean, you're also helping your guys around you, but still. It's both. It's not one or the other.
because they spent so much time making this historically accurate, it's going to
apologize if you can hear the train outside. Good God.
Generation. And that's really, you know, I'm really honored to be a part of this game for that reason. And the fact that I get just to be in a video game. But, you know, the fact that it's, you know, it is a visceral sort of thing. And I think that, you know, anybody who isn't familiar with World War II is going to get a real feel for what it might have been like.
Because lots of people are writing articles about that at the moment.
You can also play Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 2 is like a freaking history book.
When you're fighting through an interactive character.
Well, there's 20 years since Saving Private Ryan. It's 10 years since Call of Duty had a World War II game. This is a whole new generation, and to speak to the pride that we've all felt.
She's been 11 years. Call of Duty 3 came out in 06.
To be able to share with the world the small role that we've gotten to play in bringing this game to fans and a whole new generation to understand World War II.
Yeah. Josh, yeah, you mentioned connections. Am I right in thinking that somebody who sat around on this stage...
I mean, Call of Duty 3, that game was like sponsored by the military channel too, so...
You know, like we were saying, it's just...
that game was freaking legit.
One take right and you move on to the next scene. Well, he kept screwing it up and taking another... Can I get one more?
We had to get it right.
I just need one more.
Very important to get it right.
Starting to wonder
authenticity. We're back to visceral authenticity. And you can't,
really,
you know, hit somebody who's 6'4" every day without repercussions. So I took my licks where I could.
I appreciate your dedication to the craft.
Yeah. I just don't like that take. Let's do it one more time. We're actually watching on the screen right now. We're watching your characters. What is it like watching yourself back? Having gone there, we saw the punch. What is it like watching yourself back in a game at this point? Because obviously you've done TV, you've done films, but watching yourself in the game.
Well, you know, it takes a while to adjust to this tight, you know, suit that you're wearing. It's all colorful with these balls.
What?
And the whole thing.
Who looked the best? Who looked the best in the
suit? Jonathan, for sure. He's been doing a lot of squats.
Heavy deadlifting makes the suit look nice.
Once you get past that,
dude throwing it out on screen.
Some of the results and some of the stuff that the guys are working on in Foster City and all over the world, I think. I'm not sure where everybody's at, but you know, again, thank you guys for all the work.
Yeah, he was in Transformers, I think. That's right. Oh, crap. Call of Duty and Transformers have a little bit... They're a little bit too similar. Transformers is the Call of Duty of movies.
You can imagine your breath when we're doing some of these winter scenes. You can squint at a fake sun and the volume, and those guys who have created this game build that in for you. So that freedom he's talking about, it's so exciting to explore.
And I think it sets it up for what Call of Duty is, which is great storytelling. But please put hands together for our cast who've come down.
Well, I guess since we got we're gonna be following these three guys around, that means we're probably rolling out the Soviet Union, playing as the Russians, which is stupid.
I mean, I think I'm just in a state of excitement. I can't really get out of it. That was
this guy's freaking killing me.
Very insightful to hear from the cast. Now, don't worry, we still have a lot of reactions and general.
I'm sorry, he's just adding nothing. we cut him out, we would not be missing anything.
Rob Stang, who says, I hope Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield give us at least a little tease of multiplayer during the real. Smiley face. And at Woodworth Noah, and this is in all caps by the way, this is going to be amazing. Loads of exclamation marks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now as I look through all the tweets, there is an enormous amount of questions revolving around multiplayer. Guys, what can you tell us about multiplayer today?
So there you go, the community has spoken. That's what lots of people are excited about. Michael, what can you tell us about multiplayer?
Oh my goodness, we have so much to share. Now, we can't show you a lot today.
Of course, we have so much to share, but we don't have anything to share.
We're talking boots on the ground combat. And, you know, that well-balanced Call of Duty run-and-gun action in a brutal and visceral head-to-head.
Well, Call of Duty hasn't been balanced since Call of Duty 4, so.
To movement, to weapons, to melee. You know, our goal was to give players an all-new boots-on-the-ground experience for World War II. And then a bunch of new stuff, right? We've got War, an asymmetrical Allied versus Axis mode where factions fight to capture or defend critical objectives.
That's from World at War in Call of Duty 3, you pricks. That's not new.
And we're really excited about its potential.
Yeah, nobody freaking played it then. Nobody's going to play it now.
Visions is a fundamentally new way to approach your Call of Duty multiplayer career, and it adds to the player immersion by allowing players to enlist in a specific unit of their choice.
So it's Battlefield.
Finally, we have headquarters. This is something special, everybody at Sledgehammer Games, and it's the first of a kind for the Call of Duty community.
What?
It's really a living space where fans can connect, be rewarded, compete, show off, and have fun outside.
Show off? Oh, no, please don't.
It's a transformation of how the community comes together, and we really want you to see it to understand it. So just a tiny peek here. Let's take a look.
Oh, no.
That was a tiny peek. I want more.
What the crap?
That was a little tinier than I expected, OJ.
So when we see more? When we can see more of this?
Well, you know, it's coming to E3, MP on the floor. For us, that's the first time Sledgehammer Games has been able to bring it to fans. Fans are coming to the conference, so it's going to be big.
That was nothing.
That is going to be excellent.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
No.
Sorry to interrupt. I mean, multiplayer sounds sensational, but after reading other people's questions,
no.
I want to ask one of my own. Now I know that there may or may not be some sort of co-op mode within World War II. Now, I am quite a big Zombies fan, and there is a lot of people watching around the world that are also in the same boat as me. So we're all asking right here, right now, what can you tell us about this co-op mode?
Absolutely nothing. No. Sorry. Yeah, you know, our third mode is it's an entirely new story, and it's
oh, no.
a horrifying experience, sort of like your office. You know, for Michael and I, it's our first horror game in years, and we're really, really psyched about it. It's the story of the Third Reich's desperate attempt to create an army in the final stages of the war.
So it's Nazi
Can't
zombies.
wait to share more. In fact, should we show a little something? Just a little tiny little peek.
Whoa!
So it's Nazi zombies?
Makeup.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Guys, I mean, this says very little, and normally I would be a little disappointed, but how can I be when, I mean, that just looks incredible. I would ask for more, but I'm probably going to get a no, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
At least I tried.
That is a Nazi zombie on the biggest cinema screen in the United
Obviously
Kingdom.
Nazi
That
zombies.
is a fabulous way to end
So,
this look at the Call of Duty World War
as long as, if it's World at War-esque zombies, I'm gonna love it. But goddamn, please be World War zombies. Please don't be like Black Ops 2.
Fans are just as excited about Call of Duty World War II as we are to make it.
Or really, I wasn't a big fan of Black Ops 1 either.
It
So.
really is the most personal and powerful game I've ever worked on, and I know we can speak for all the developers at Sledgehammer Games when I say that we're holding nothing back for November.
Yeah, and you know, our thanks again for the support. This game is for you.
All right, so it sounds like they're winding down a little bit. I doubt we're gonna get a whole lot more than this. So I'm gonna stop here, and I'm just gonna pause this real quick. I'm gonna need to stop here since well, they apparently have another hour to go. So I doubt we're gonna get a whole lot more than this. So far, I mean, it's pretty much what I expected, which is to say, not bad at all. But no Russia. It sounds like we're not going to get any anything on the Eastern Front. Nothing in Africa, which kind of sucks, to be honest. I was really hoping you would be able to bounce around between armies like in Call of Duty 2. That's kind of a disappointment. So right now, I mean, it seems okay. It doesn't seem bad. Doesn't seem goddamn amazing. I mean, it's pretty much what I've expected. Except not really, because we're not going to be able to bounce around between different armies on different fronts. So it doesn't look bad. It looks okay. So nothing too jaw-dropping. Nazi zombies is kind of expected. So, but that's pretty much my opinions of what I've seen so far and what we saw through about 40 minutes of the reveal. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll probably pick it up. Hopefully we get a little bit more news and some more good news.